Have we heard the last click from Canon's APS-C cameras? Rumor has it that the upcoming Canon R7 Mark II might ditch the mechanical shutter entirely. This isn't just a small change. It could reshape how APS-C mirrorless cameras work. Today, we're going to explore why Canon might take this bold step, what it means for your photography, and whether this could really be the end of that iconic shutter sound. Let's start with where this story began. The original Canon R7 made a huge impact when it arrived. It was fast, affordable, and packed with features that appealed to both photographers and video creators. Wildlife shooters loved it for its speed. Content creators appreciated its hybrid power. The 32.5 megapixel APS-C sensor, 15 frames per second mechanical bursts, and excellent dual-pixel autofocus made it one of the most capable mid-range mirrorless cameras on the market. But technology moves fast, and Canon is ready to take the next leap. The R7 Mark II is rumored to come with a stacked APS-C CMOS sensor, something we've only seen before in Canon's higher-end full-frame. Models like the R3, a stacked sensor can read data so fast that it eliminates many of the problems older cameras had with rolling shutter or lag. This speed opens the door to a new kind of shooting experience, one that may not need a physical shutter at all. If this rumor is true, Canon might join Nikon and Sony in saying goodbye to the mechanical shutter. The Nikon Z8 and Z9 already did it. Sony's Alpha 9 III takes it even further with a global shutter, capturing every pixel at the same instant. Canon seems to be following that same trend, moving toward faster and quieter cameras built for hybrid creators. But removing the mechanical shutter isn't just a technical upgrade. It's an emotional one. For decades, photographers have connected to that familiar click. It's part of the rhythm of taking pictures. That mechanical sound gives feedback, almost like a heartbeat of the camera. Losing that could feel strange at first, even if the benefits are clear. Let's talk about those benefits. A shutterless camera has fewer moving parts. That means less mechanical wear and fewer things that can fail. You don't have to worry about shutter count or lifespan. You get completely silent shooting, which is perfect for weddings, street photography, and wildlife. No click, no vibration, just pure stealth. It's also faster. With no need to move a physical curtain, the camera can shoot more frames per second and respond instantly when you press the shutter button. The R7 Mark II is rumored to hit 40 frames per second using the electronic shutter. That's double what the original model could do. And because the stacked sensor reads data so quickly, rolling shutter distortion should be much less noticeable, even with fast-moving subjects. For action shooters, that could be a game changer. Of course, it's not all sunshine. Electronic shutters still have their weaknesses. They can struggle under certain lighting conditions, like when shooting under flickering LED lights or in mixed lighting environments. You might see banding or strange lines in your images. Flash photography is another challenge. Without a mechanical shutter, sync speeds can drop, making it harder to use flash at high shutter speeds. That's a problem for studio photographers or anyone who relies heavily on strobes. Dust protection is another concern. On cameras with a mechanical shutter, the curtain often closes when you change lenses, protecting the sensor from dirt. Without that, the sensor could be exposed more often. Canon might need to include a sensor shield, like Nikon did on the Z8 and Z9, to keep things safe. Then there's the psychological side. The mechanical shutter gives you that satisfying tactile feedback, the instant feeling of capturing a moment. For many photographers, it's part of the creative experience. Shooting silently can feel unnatural at first. Canon could include an artificial shutter sound through the speaker, but it won't quite be the same. Still, the R7 Mark II seems built for the future. If Canon truly brings a stacked sensor to APS-C, it would be the first of its kind in this segment. That alone could make it a standout among mid-range cameras. It would mean faster autofocus, better video, reduced rolling shutter, and improved readout speeds for both stills and video capture. Speaking of video, that's where this camera could shine even more. Rumors suggest the R7 Mark II might shoot 4K at 120 frames per second, with 10-bit C-Log3 and even 6K external recording through ProRes RAW. That's a huge step forward from the current model's 4K 60. Add in Canon's color science, dual-pixel AF2, and in-body image stabilization, and you've got a hybrid powerhouse that punches far above its price point. If Canon keeps the dual UHS 2-card slots and improves thermal management, the R7 Mark II could be a dream camera for content creators. Imagine having that kind of speed, resolution, and video flexibility in a small APS-C body. It would compete directly with Sony's FX30 and Nikon's rumored Z90, two cameras designed for creators who want both cinematic video and professional stills in one tool. Now, let's look at why Canon might actually want to remove the mechanical shutter from this model. Cost and durability are part of the equation. Every mechanical part adds complexity to the design. Removing it can make the camera lighter, cheaper to produce, and more reliable in the long term. Canon might also want to align its APS-C lineup with its higher-end philosophy, pushing photographers to embrace the future of silent electronic shooting. But the biggest reason could be performance. The mechanical shutter is becoming the bottleneck. Modern stacked sensors can capture data so fast that the physical movement of a shutter becomes unnecessary. By going fully electronic, Canon can unlock faster continuous shooting, less lag, and potentially even higher dynamic range, since there's no mechanical delay between exposures. There's also an environmental angle. Fewer moving parts mean fewer materials used and fewer repairs over time. That might sound small, but it aligns with the industry's move towards sustainability and longer product life cycles. Still, Canon has a history of moving cautiously with big changes. They might not go fully shutterless right away. It's possible the R7 Mark II will still include a mechanical shutter option, giving photographers a choice between traditional and electronic modes, just as a transition phase. But the long-term direction is clear. The mechanical shutter is on its way out. So what would that mean for photographers who love that tactile feel? Well, it means adjusting habits. Shooting with an electronic shutter means trusting the technology to be accurate and instantaneous. The feedback becomes visual rather than physical, a blink of the screen instead of a click. It's quieter, less intrusive, and better for video-centric workflows. But it may take some time to feel emotionally connected to that experience. From a business point of view, Canon's move also makes sense. The APS-C mirrorless market is heating up. Sony's a6700 is powerful, Nikon's Z50 and ZF-C series are growing, and Fujifilm dominates with the X-T5 and X-H2. To stand out, Canon needs to do something bold. A shutterless APS-C camera with professional-grade speed would certainly get attention. And let's not forget about the R-system lens lineup. Canon has been expanding its RFS lenses slowly, but many photographers pair APS-C bodies with full-frame RF glass. A high-speed R7 Mark II could make those lenses even more useful, giving them flagship-level performance in a smaller format. The rumored specs suggest a strong hybrid camera, a 32.5-megapixel stacked sensor, dual-pixel AF2, 5-axis IBIS, 4K 120p video, 6K external RAW, dual card slots, and a compact weather-sealed body, if Canon prices it smartly. Around $1,799 to $1,999. It could sit right between the R10 Mark II and the full-frame R6 Mark III. That would make it a sweet spot for enthusiasts and professionals who don't need full frame but still want serious performance. But every big leap has trade-offs. If Canon drops the mechanical shutter, it'll have to convince longtime photographers that electronic shooting is reliable and consistent. It'll need to make sure the flash sync issues are handled, that banding is minimal, and that the user experience still feels intuitive. If they nail those details, they could start a new era for mirrorless cameras. Think about where this could lead. In a few years, most cameras might be completely electronic, using global shutters that eliminate distortion entirely. The old click might become a nostalgic memory, like film advance levers or optical viewfinders. Technology always moves forward, and photography evolves with it. The essence of capturing light remains the same, even if the tools change. The R7 Mark II, if real, could mark the turning point for Canon's APS-C lineup, a statement that they're ready to lead rather than follow. It could set a new standard for performance, reliability, and innovation in this segment. And while some may mourn the loss of the mechanical shutter, others will celebrate the speed, silence, and precision that comes next. So should you be excited or cautious? Probably both. Excited because we're about to see APS-C technology reach new heights. Cautious because every transition brings quirks and learning curves. But if there's one thing Canon does well, it's refinement. They rarely jump too soon. When they make a move like this, it's usually because the technology is ready. If the R7 Mark II lives up to these rumors, it could be the most advanced APS-C camera Canon has ever made. A perfect blend of speed, image quality, and reliability, with or without that familiar click.